Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 2022 Manager, where we are struggling with Aston Martin. It's been interesting. It's been good. It's such a good game. If you like F1, you like management games, this is 100% a game for you. The board are generally satisfied with everything we're doing. We've got a medium confidence. We are below the target in terms of our season objectives, but generally we're not doing too badly. I think the fact that we haven't hit any debt is a good thing, but I sort of feel like we need to up our facilities a little bit. Let's go and have a look at our facilities. There is the need for more engineers, I feel, and I think from the design centre we're probably going to be able to at some point get that up from 10 to 15. So it's £11.5 million. It'll be all of our money to upgrade that design centre, and that's quite a lot, isn't it? We've got the factory, which is got 5 days left. How long will the design centre take? 84 days to do. We've got the CFD simulator, 25 days left. So yeah, we'll maybe we'll wait until the... does it matter if I spend all the money? It's still quite early in the season. I don't think we're going to really do anything that's going to put us in danger. Can we... Well, we can't design anything. Well, if we can't design anything, let's invest the money in facilities. Absolutely sod it. £11.5 million leaves us with 178,000. Wow, just as I said it was going to be... we're not going to go bankrupt. We might be going bankrupt. Well, next up is Azerbaijan, the Baku street circuit. So it should be a good race, to be honest. If we look at car number 1, there's nothing else we can really put on here. The chassis is on both. The front wing is on both. The rear wing is on both. The side pods haven't yet been upgraded. The underfloor is now on both. There we go, on both cars, which is good. And the suspension, obviously, is on both cars as well. Now, powertrain stuff. Now, in Monaco, I completely forgot to buy new parts, but it does look like we're not in too much of a bad position here. So car number 1 does have a whole engine, and this engine's got a lot of life in it as well. Same with car number 2. But eventually we are going to need to buy new components. So we'll probably whack gearbox 2 on for both of them, although that one is knackered, isn't it? We'll have to leave gearbox 7 on for that. But 3 will go back on in the race for car number 1. And if we have a quick look at engines as well. So again, yeah, we're going to have to take engine components at some point. We could whack that on for practice, but I don't think... How much life's it got? 38%? 39%? It's only minor damage, so it's only going to be reduced car performance, which I'm not too worried about in practice. So we may put engine 4 on in practice and change to engine 5 for quali, or maybe practice 3. But I think we're going to have to take engines. So if we don't qualify well in Azerbaijan, we're going to take engine penalties, drop right down the grid, and start right at the back, knowing that we'll probably be able to overtake the Williams along the straights, I think, is what we're going to do. Right, let's get into the race weekend. We need to set our performance targets. Reach Q2. Qualifying position 15th. I don't think we can do that. We're definitely not going to reach Q3. Race targets. We're not going to have the fastest lap, but if we get one of our drivers over 15th or above, we get that position. And we're not going to do a qualifying position streak anyway. In the Monaco Grand Prix, I moaned that we didn't get a bonus payout, but that's because I said both drivers would gain at least 1 position, and they didn't. Vettel did, he gained 2, but Hulkenberg finished the race where he started it, and therefore we didn't get the bonus. Right, I'm going to dive into practice. We'll be back for qualifying. See you in a bit. So we're back for qualifying, a pretty decent practice session. 92% for Seb, 97% for Nico, who also crashed on his 4th to last lap in practice 3, which was absolutely dreadful, to be honest. So yes, we need to change our engines out. So we'll install the good engines back. We'll put the good ERS back in the car. We actually got the damaged engines all the way around. Oh yeah, that is the right gearbox. 65%. That's taken a bit of a pounding. The chassis, I think we've already got the new one installed, which he damaged. The rear wing, we've got the new one there as well. What else did he damage? The underfloor. No, we're all good. We're all good. I think that's just what it was. Seb also needs some new engines fitted into his car. So we'll put the 80% engine back in for this one. The gearbox will go back in as well. We're actually going to give him... Do we want to give him gearbox 3? I think we do, yeah. I think we do. We'll give him gearbox 3 for this. And ERS, he can get the more, well, better condition ERS as well for qualifying. So, the car setups I'm happy with. The car parts I'm happy with. If we finish 17th, or if we get 17th and 18th, like we probably should in our car performance, then I think we take all new engine parts, just start at the back of the grid and take the penalties as they come. So given the propensity for a safety car and the amount of accidents and incidents that actually happen in practice, we're going to get the boys out early for this one and see if we can set a lap. Hopefully we don't hit any traffic in this part. It looks like we're going to, though, as Seb now starts his fast lap. So let's sit on board and see what large amount of traffic we hit. It looks like we are definitely going to hit Ocon or the Williams, whoever that is. I think we're definitely... If we hit them on this long straight, I'm not too fussed, but I think we're going to catch them before that. But I wanted to put a lap in so that we can see what sort of times we're setting early on. So we are in our fast laps right now. We are pushing hard, although it may not look like it, as Seb goes round into the castle section. I mean, Baku's a lovely, lovely track. I'm hoping to try and get tickets next year to go to the Baku Grand Prix. It's normally on the weekend of my wedding anniversary, so I'm hoping that we can I can get tickets for my wife and I to go out there. Never been to Azerbaijan, never been to Baku. It's meant to be a lovely, lovely city. So hopefully we can get through. Right, it's high speed down here into this tight left-hander. There will probably be incidents there in the race. And so far, we haven't caught the front car in front of us, which is good. And it looks like we may catch them actually on this very high-speed straight where you just go full throttle all through these corners. Open your DRS just as you come around this corner. And then you just absolutely fly to the finish line. And I'm hoping that going out this early is going to let us set a pretty decent time, because it doesn't look like we're going to catch that car in front. And we're going to be the markers for everyone else to try and catch in this Grand Prix so far. And catch us they will, but Vettel sets a 1:45.03 and Hulkenberg sets a time which is 0.6 off that. So, there you go. First lap of qualifying done. Right, so other drivers just setting their times now. Vettel's still up in 7th, so I'm going to assume that people may have hit some traffic, or we've set up the car really, really well for Baku. Albon and Latifi at the bottom, as you'd imagine. Hulkenberg down there in 12th. But yeah, Vettel's setting a really good time, and it's not looking like times are being hit by traffic. It looks like Vettel is just putting in a very, very good performance in this track, although Verstappen has just set a rapid time to go potential P1. So I feel like, do we hang on and just go at the end with everyone else? I feel like that may be the best thing to do. We've put fresh softs on the car. 6 minutes to go, 1:43, so 2 minutes to get round the first, then 3:43 in. I don't think we'll be able to get another lap in. I think we are going to wait and just go with the pack at the end. Right, so drivers are just starting to leave. We're going to send out Hulkenberg first in this group, and then we're going to try and get Vettel out towards the back, and that is somehow Vettel's got out ahead of Hulkenberg, so it didn't quite work as I wanted it to, but we are in that pack. We are behind Russell, so we might get a tow off the Mercedes as well. Latifi, Albon, Zhou and Schumacher behind us. Gasly, driver at risk at the moment, so let's fast forward this and we'll drive on board with Seb in this one. So let's get into the over the cockpit position as Seb is starting his final Q1 lap. Let's have a look and see if people set green sectors. So Seb is in a good position right now. He is in a very, very good position. We just need to make sure... I mean, if we get out of Q1 in Baku, that would be massive. It'd be absolutely massive. It really would. Right, come on, Seb. What are you going to set in this first sector? Well, you're going to come round into this tight right-hander, and then you just get your foot down when you get into the straight, and then you got a tight left-hander coming up in front of you, and then it's yet another really tight right-hander into the heading down into this straight into the castle section. It's not a quicker time for Seb in sector 1, but it is a quicker time for Nico Hulkenberg in sector 1. So maybe Nico is our lifeline here. It's actually all about Zhou. Is Zhou going to set a faster time? Now, Who's just crossing the line there? That's Magnussen, who's currently up in 5th. Is he going to set a quicker time? He is over the line. It was a 1:03.4 off before. He hasn't really set a faster time there. So I'm hoping that Schumacher doesn't find any time in his car either. Now can Vettel set a green sector 2? As you can see, Alonso jumps ahead of us. Botta, he does set a green sector 2. So he's got better as the lap's gone on. He's gone quicker in sector 2 than last lap. It's going to be touch and go. And Hulkenberg setting double green sectors. So Hulkenberg putting in a good time at the moment. He's closing up on Seb. Ricciardo is out. He doesn't improve. Gasly jumps above us. So we've just got to beat. Vettel's going further and further down the list. It's going to be really close. Vettel's over the line. He does improve by, well, 6/100ths. It's not massive. Although Tsunoda is slower than us. Hulkenberg does improve but doesn't get out of Q1. It's all about Zhou. Zhou's just crossed the line. Zhou is below us. We are into Q2 once again with Sebastian Vettel. Come on. Right. Now, do we take grid penalties with Hulkenberg? I think we do. I think we take the grid penalties like we said. But Hulkenberg is out. But Sebastian Vettel is into Q2, which is absolutely lovely jubbly. Right. We're probably not going to get out of Q2, but we are into Q2, which is very, very positive. Yeah, let's just crack into it. Nothing else really to do. We did use up quite a lot of softs. I think we're going to start on the old softs to start with and then see how we get on. Right, Q2, here we go. Right, and that was really impressive from Seb because he actually set a slower Sector 1 time. So if he had matched his Sector 1 time from his first lap, he would have actually been even quicker. But he does get out, and now we're going to just
radio check
into Q2 because we don't get to Q2 very often. Yep, we're going to wait until maybe some of the big names go out, maybe like your Hamiltons and your Russells, if they are going to come out. So Russell's gone. Right, there goes Hamilton. We're going to try and follow Lewis Hamilton. He knows what he's doing. We're going to hold Perez up as well, which is decent. We're going to hold quite a few people up here on their quick lap. Although we're now going to probably be held up by Perez because he's just finished his lap. So maybe following Hamilton wasn't the brightest idea as Vettel goes into 9th. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad there. We haven't got... you don't have the same amount of time in Q2. So we're going to now put on the fresh softs. And we're going to slow this down. And we're going to go... Who do we go out with here? It should just be a big procession of basically all the cars going pretty much at once. As Leclerc and Gasly are going to cut this fine to get in and put a new set on. Leclerc should be pretty safe. But we'll have to see how Gasly's doing. But at the moment, we're not bottom of Q2. Which is in itself quite impressive. As Tsunoda goes out. Zhou goes out. Magnussen's out. Sainz is out. We're following Sainz, Alonso, Russell. Verstappen is behind us. Again, we're following Russell. I think he might have given us a good tow last time. So let's get round this lap. And we're going to go again on board with Seb. And here we are for Sebastian Vettel's final lap in Q2 in Azerbaijan. I don't think all the drivers have come out. Leclerc obviously thinks he's safe. I think Hamilton thinks he's safe. Interesting. There's also only one Haas doing a lap at the moment, which is really, really interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that as Seb on his new fresh softs. Can he get out of Q2? I don't think he will, but the fact we're in Q2 is absolutely massive. And there is a 40% chance of rain. We had loads of rain in practice. At the moment, there hasn't been any sort of prediction of rain in the race, but we'll have to see how it goes. Now, he's not done a quicker Sector 1, but he did make up a lot of time in Sector 2 and Sector 3 last time. So can Seb pull this out of the bag? So the checker flag is done. So Ocon, Gasly, Hamilton, Perez and Leclerc didn't do another lap. Ocon, I know he's 8/10 ahead of us, but could be in danger from a lot of other drivers for not doing a second lap. There is the track grip is high, so we are going to be setting a faster time here. We are going to be setting a faster time. Can we get that green Sector 2? That's what we're looking for. He looked a bit squirrely coming out of that corner there, Seb, but he does set a green Sector 2. As you can see, look how much Tsunoda's improved there. He's so close to Ocon. If we can just get this done, down this last straight into DRS. I don't think we're going to get out of Q2, but it's been a fantastic performance from Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin as he comes down and he's just now sprinting towards the line. I don't know why he's had a little bit of change of direction there. We're currently bottom of Q2. He's going to cross the line and Seb is not bottom, 13th. He's beaten Tsunoda. He's beaten Tsunoda. Look how close we were to Ocon. Wow, Ocon played that dangerously, but we start 14th on the grid. Very, very happy with that. Well done, Seb. That is absolutely superb. 14th for Sebastian Vettel is awesome. I do think we are going to take the grid penalties with Hulkenberg. We're not going to do them with Seb starting in 14th. I feel like that would be a huge waste. Great performance there from Aston Martin. I'm tempted to do this again. The loss is 62,000, which we can afford, so that's not a problem. But Nico has to gain a place. We're going to do that one, and we're going to say Nico. Nico has to gain a place there. We didn't reach 2Q with both of them. We could have put in reach Q2 with one driver. That's annoying, isn't it? But we do have the hot streak and all of that at the moment, which is going on. So, yeah, let's have a look at the grid then. So, in qualifying, Charles Leclerc got pole, Verstappen second, Sainz third, Perez fourth, Bottas fifth, Hamilton 6th, Gasly 7th, Magnussen 8th, Russell 9th, Alonso 10th, Norris, Zhou, Ocon, us with Vettel, Tsunoda, Schumacher, us with Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Latifi, Williams. But we are going to drop to P20 with Nico Hulkenberg because I think, can we do this now? Do we just take... Oh, it's 1 million. Oh my God, no, we can't really do that. Oh, we can't buy a new part because one or more is currently unused. Okay. Okay. So, right, we can't do that now. Anyway, okay, so everyone's going to start from where they are. So let's get into some strategy. We're definitely going to go for a one-stopper. I think mediums to hards probably does make sense. We'll go aggressive on the hards, not full push. Thank you, Milo, for stating that that's probably the reason why we're having a few more incidents on track than we should. I think we go for the undercut. I think we pound the mediums potentially and go for a little undercut on lap 21 and then drag the hards out. I mean, there is the safety car thing that should happen. No rain predicted in the race, so we don't have that to worry about. I'm looking forward to a wet race, though. I think we do the same strategy for both of them, to be honest. Unless we go softs and hards for Nico. Run the hards aggressively now. They're going to run out by the end. That's the issue with the starting on the softs. The hards might not make it. I mean, if we start on the softs with Nico, it means we're banking on a safety car. Which I don't mind doing, and we sort of play it by ear as we go. Yeah, let's start him on the softs. So he's going to be coming in before he'll be coming in before Seb and then going on to the hards. I do quite like the idea of us over-fueling the car. I just feel it gives me that little bit of leeway to push a little bit harder. From the off, obviously, we will push deploy to try and gain some positions into that first tight corner. And, right, I think we're ready to go. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix coming up.
I don't want to tempt fate, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. And there's Sebastian Vettel. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid.
Here we go then, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and for a change we're actually going to start on board with Nico Hulkenberg, who's got the AlphaTauri of Tsunoda in front of him. As you can just see, Vettel just making his way around that corner, and Hulkenberg is under pressure from Ricciardo behind him. He's got a position, Hulkenberg. He's up to 17th. Vettel, just made his way around that corner. Up to 11th, Sebastian Vettel. Go on, Seb. You absolute ledge. Vettel's got Ocon early on, and this is just carnage at these first few corners in Baku. And looks like everyone's getting through. The Haas is being squeezed on that left-hand side. Vettel's gone up to 11th already, which is amazing. He's also got Norris. This is what happens when we ride on board with Hulkenberg. Ride on board with Hulkenberg. We miss out on all that action that Seb's going to be involved in as we go into the slow left-hander. And then into the right, and then into the castle section, which Vettel, I think, is just about to navigate. So let's jump on board with Seb. P10 for Seb, which is absolutely awesome. We do have to drop off the tyres in just a sec, though, and make sure that we keep the corners. Vettel did get Alonso and Norris and Zhou and Ocon, which is incredible. So he's up to 10th. He's in the points, and he's going for a move on Kevin Magnussen. Oh, he can't quite make it work. What an entertaining first lap we've had in Baku so far. And, oh, he's going around the outside, and has he made that stick? I think he has. Sebastian Vettel up to 9th. Come on, Seb. Absolutely superb, son. Absolutely superb. What a drive from Seb here on these mediums. We're going to drop down to aggressive in a minute as Hulkenberg goes up to 16th as well. It feels like we've set this car up wonderfully well for Baku, just as George Russell gets away there from Sebastian Vettel. Again, remember, Seb is fighting for a new contract at Aston Martin. If he wants to stay, I'm happy to keep him on. Nico, I'm not too sure, but we'll have to see how this goes. Right, let's just be a bit wary of tyres and stuff. If we can keep in that one, we just got to keep in the 1 second, basically. Again, we'll drop Hulkenberg down as well, just to make sure he's got loads of battery left, actually, that he can deploy. So we'll keep him on that. As long as we keep within a second of Russell until the DRS opens, and then we can reevaluate about how we want to push and how we want to make this strategy work. Up into 9th, what a start from Sebastian Vettel. He does have Magnussen right on his bum, and Hulkenberg is right behind Ocon, and probably has, yeah, the Sonoda, the AlphaTauri Sonoda on his arse as well. So let's go back to Seb, and yeah, we're keeping pace at the moment. The gap is actually between Verstappen and Sainz is what's increasing. Daniel Ricciardo having a shocker for McLaren. See, Milo, it's not just your save. Danny Rickett is pretty terrible for the AI as well. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this start. Okay, so DRS is now enabled. So we're now going to try and push Vettel to do exactly this and catch up with that Mercedes, which means we can just drop back down again. And we'll just pop it into neutral. Now that we're in this, we just didn't want to lose that DRS chain. And it looks like Gasly is really holding up George Russell. So there's a potential here that down that start-finish straight, we could really make some moves here. We could really get something done as long as we navigate our way through the castle section. I'm also going to use this chance to save a bit of the tyres as well, because we should have the DRS. If we can manage this correctly, we can come round here through the castle section, down the left-hander after the castle section. So you go up through here, turn right, go left, and then we can have a little bit more of a push to make sure that we are staying within that second. As you can see, George Russell does have better acceleration than us. He does pull out from the corners to get away. And then we come round here into the left-hand side. And then basically we're going to come round this left-hander. And we're going to go up into overtake to see if we can get something done on George Russell. We will check in with Hulkenberg in a minute, who's gone up to 15th. He's still got Sonoda behind him. But at the moment, we are managing this race really, really well. I'm just saying, if we fully deploy and push this down this start-finish straight, get up to 8th gear, Seb. There you go. Okay, the Mercedes is just so much quicker than us at the moment, but it is being held up by Gasly. So we've got a chance here. We got caught on the inside there. Push to overtake. Push to overtake, because we're going to have another DRS zone around this corner. And these two are battling away, and it could cost them, as Gasly's all over the place, and Vettel's going for the move to get up into 8th place, and I think he's going to do it. He has. He's used his overtake button and his DRS really, really well. And you know what? We're going to keep pushing so that we can try and catch up and get in that 1 second gap of Russell. He's a bit far ahead of us at the moment, but we need to keep pushing to make sure it's doing this. Hulkenberg gets up to 14th. He gets Ocon as well. And this is proving to be quite a good race here for Aston Martin in these early stages. 4 laps in, Vettel's up to 8th. Hulkenberg's up to 14th. We are looking pretty good. And Russell has caught the drivers in front. We've now caught Russell and are within a second. And put Gasly more than a second behind us. So very happy with how this is looking at the moment. I think if we can just stay in this DRS train with George Russell, which is going to be difficult, but I think if we can do that, yes, he's now losing a second out to Hamilton, his teammate in front. I think if we can just stick within this DRS zone, which it looks like we've got a good chance of doing, we can actually relax a little bit on pace and manage our tyre wear a little bit more. So we're through the DRS detection zone, so we're going to have DRS there. Let's check in on Nico. Nico is just struggling to catch up with Zhou. So again, I think we can do a similar thing. In fact, let's leave that on. We'll try and get him in the next area. You got to remember, Hulkenberg's pitting pretty quick, or pretty early in this race, trying to go for the undercut. So I think let's just check the tyre life. Yeah, we've been managing that okay. Nico's doing a good job on those tyres so far, as Vettel is looking for a move. Oh my word, that has come out of nowhere. Let's use the ERS on this next corner as he's trying to get past George Russell. Go on, son. Seb's up into 7th. This is absolutely incredible. Sebastian Vettel is up into 7th place and he's doing an absolutely wonderful job in this Aston Martin, and he's closing in on Bottas as well. Sebastian Vettel loves Baku. This is incredible stuff from Sebastian Vettel. And Seb's now going for a move on Bottas, and he's going to get him with DRS. And I'm just now thinking, can we push away from Bottas up into 6th place? Sebastian Vettel, this is absolutely incredible what Seb is doing with this car right now. And I told you, he's fighting for that new contract, and he's, at the moment, doing a bloody good job of it, to be honest. Let's keep a quick check on the weather. No, it's going to be completely dry all the way through, which is absolutely awesome. We're managing the tyres, so he should easily get to his pit stop, and Hulkenberg, and with Nico as well. So it's all just about keeping this going, really. I mean, we can manage the tyres a bit through this section. We need to just be wary of that, because obviously we don't want incidents and crashes. But Nico is 2 seconds now off Zhou, so we're going to have to get him to push at some point. Ocon is right on Nico's tail, so I think potentially we let Seb do his thing. He's 1.8 seconds off Hamilton, which is a bit tough. I think we're going to have to harvest as well. We might have to push to get into DRS and then use the DRS train to allow us to harvest. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go push, aggressive, and on the next lap we're going to go deploy, just to try and get us back. I mean, there's a 2-second gap to Hamilton now, and I don't mind it, because Hamilton's far and away quicker than us in his car, and probably as a driver better than Seb. But given the fact we overtook Russell, we know we have got the pace in this car to potentially catch the Mercedes, but it all depends on how much Hamilton battles with Sainz as well. So as you can see, we get quite a lot of battery in. What have we got now? See, Bottas is now catching us, so let's deploy and try and get away from Bottas, who's going to have DRS on us now. There he is on our left-hand side. Okay, so Bottas has gone. So now the task is to sit within the DRS as Bottas, as Russell comes through as well with DRS. And it's all turned into a little bit of a disaster. Still in 8th though, 2-second gap to Gasly. And hopefully now we're in a DRS chain that can just pull us along a little bit. So, right. Well, we know we've overtaken Russell once before, so he can sit there. Let's focus on Hulkenberg. 3 seconds off Zhou. Let's get you to push and deploy a little bit as well. Try and close that gap down to Zhou. So there seems to be a bit of a differential here. We really can't catch Zhou at the moment with Nico, so we're just asking him to conserve pretty much everything. And Seb is not catching Bottas or Russell. We've just got to focus on keeping Magnussen behind us, who, as you can see, is right on our tail. But we are using this opportunity to sort of cover ourselves and understand what we need to do with tyres, fuel, and everything like that. So as for tyres, Seb's actually managed them so well, we can probably sit on aggressive for a little bit. We're just going to have a view here of Magnussen chasing Vettel, so hopefully he doesn't get the overtake done. We'll leave that for a little bit. We could set ERS to defend, but I feel like for now that's probably not 100% necessary, although Tsunoda has now closed the gap on Hulkenberg as well, which is a little bit of a concern. We do need to keep an eye on that. We preferably don't want either driver tumbling too far down the order. In terms of lap times, so Vettel, oh, that was, yeah, he got 2 overtakes there. It was really slow lap, but we're setting some good ones. And Nico's just set his fastest lap of the race, so it's not too bad in terms of race pace at the moment. As yeah, Tsunoda's just now basically going to be over a second away. I'm thinking down here, let's push on this. We will.
We just need to push now. The tyres are happy to push.
Yeah, push the tyres a little bit, Seb. I think that's not a problem. Again, look, so Magnussen's got DRS, but is not really gaining us. He might do now because this is an absolutely huge straight, and it looks like He is going to. We're going to set our ERS to defend and try and get that done, because there's going to be another DRS zone just after this corner. So we're going to tell Seb to deploy it and try and keep that gap, because if we change view here... Oh, his DRS didn't open. Yeah, that might be just a graphical glitch, because that is a DRS zone and he definitely looks like he's got DRS. So, yeah, but there we go. We've defended that section. Let's pop it into harvest. This is such a hard area to overtake. I feel like we can, we don't have to deploy through here, and we can just keep Magnussen behind us, which I'm not too worried about, to be honest. Let's have a quick look at the strategy again. So Seb's still got quite a few laps to go. I'm happy. Oh, Sonoda's got Hulkenberg. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. But we know we're bringing Hulkenberg in relatively early, so I think we can push his fuel a little bit more. Keep him on neutral. We may be able to get Sonoda back. You never know. Hulkenberg's doing a good job. He's gained a couple of places, so he's doing all right. Right, we're not going to harvest in this part here and see what Seb can do. He's still keeping in front of Magnussen. I didn't check strategies, did I? So lots of people on the softs. A couple of people on the mediums. So the softs are going to pit first. There could be the potential of an undercut. So we're going to have to make sure that when Magnussen and Gasly and Norris all pit, we are pushing really, really hard, to be honest, because that's going to give us, hopefully, some track position that we can utilise. And it's not like Monaco, where the undercut is so powerful. I think Azerbaijan's going to be a little bit more even all round. But as you can see at the moment, Magnussen is really, really pushing on us here. And is he going to get this done? He may get this done. Seb's gone defensive to the outside to try and hold that track position for the next corner, and has done it really, really well. So we can take that inside, and hopefully we can push a little bit. I think Magnussen might get us, but as long as we keep that gap to Gasly, we'll be okay. Hulkenberg has re-overtaken Sonoda, which is absolutely awesome. Yeah, really good stuff there from Nico. 10 laps down in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Let's just see how Nico got it done. Down, it was through the DRS zone of the straight. Yeah, the long straight. Lovely stuff as we come into the first corner. Lovely stuff from Nico. Absolutely superb stuff there from Nico. 66% of his tyres left. He's got to do about another 9 laps or so. 8 or 9 laps on those tyres. He should be fine staying on aggressive, to be honest, from here on in. So, right, let's... I mean, Russell's put a 3-second gap in between us now. So I think we're just going to let this one play out a little bit. Magnussen may take us, but I'm confident that we can potentially take Magnussen back later on in the race. Oh, we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Right. A safety car. Do we want to pit? Ignore, and then pause. Right. Conserve, harvest. Conserve, harvest. Who has caused the safety car? Was it Danny Rick? So Danny Rick's coming into pit from mediums early on. So Leclerc's on, Perez, Hamilton, Sainz, Bottas, Russell, Magnussen, Vettel, Norris, Gasly, Alonso, Sonoda, Zhou. Oh, Zhou is in the wall. There you go. Zhou is he's in the wall, and that is a full safety car, and Zhou may be out of this race. Right. Strategy time, folks. Strategy time. Can the hards last? If you put them on a little bit of conserve, the hards can get to the end of the race, which means if anyone goes from soft to mediums, they're not going to make it. If anyone pits this lap and goes on to hards, they're going to struggle to make it to the end of the race. I'm just thinking, do we risk it with Hulkenberg to bring him in and do a one-stopper really early on and just see if he can make this work? See, according to the strategy, this is going to add 18 seconds to our time. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Do we stay out? Do we stay out? I think with Seb, I think we stay out and try and get the track position if other people pit. The issue is, isn't it, is that you can pit and then catch up. So this is saying medium, hard, soft is what you can do. I think that's what everyone else is potentially going to do. I don't want to mess this up. Seb's in such a good position. But I don't really want to change it with Seb. He's managing those mediums so well, and everyone else is going to have to stop again. Oh, man. I think we leave Seb as he is. I am tempted to mix it up with Nico, though. I mean, is that worth it? We can push those mediums more, surely, yeah. Soft, medium, medium. Maybe we try that with Seb. Yeah, let's try that with Nico, sorry. We're going to try something different with Nico. So he's going to be pitting this lap, basically, because we're under the safety car. Okay, right, back to the race screen. We know that Zhou is out. There is Nico. Nico is going to pit this lap onto the mediums and pit this lap. Seb is going to stay out. And, right, let's see how this unfolds. We've just passed the incident there with Zhou. So let's see. And they have retired. Zhou has retired. He's out of the Grand Prix. Ricardo pits. Who is... So there's the safety car. Okay, we've actually got quite a long way until the leaders are going to be...
Yellow ahead.
And so Albon pits as well. Because they're on the soft. So is Leclerc going to pit? That's the key question here. Is Leclerc going to come in to pit for fresh tyres from the mediums? No, he's not. He's staying out. So the people on softs are using this as an opportunity to go onto the hards, it looks like. So they're going to a one-stopper, I think. But they can't. That's going to be so hard on their tyres. Right, let's fast forward and see. Wait until everyone catches the safety car, as Leclerc has done. In fact, before that, we'll see Nico. Nico comes into pit, as does Ocon. And... yeah, it'd be interesting to see who... I think Schumacher has stayed out on his... oh, lots of people staying out on... very worn softs. 50%. We're being held because I think Ocon has jumped us in the pit lane. Yes, he has. Not too worried about it at the moment. Right, let's get everyone to catch this... to catch the safety car then. Okay, so the safety car is coming in on this lap. So we're following Charles Leclerc here. And we're going to go for this off the line. So Nico hasn't quite caught the safety car queue because he was because of that pit stop. So it looks like we're about to go racing. So push, 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 and deploy. Aggressive, push, and deploy. So we got the safety car. And we've sort of followed the strategy of the big boys staying out here. Look at that carnage. Let's get on back on board with Seb and see how this one goes. Seb down into 9th. He's up against Magnussen in front of him, and then on worn softs, and Russell in front on similar tyres to us. So this is going to be a very interesting race now. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let's push Nico on those mediums, because we know that we can, for this remaining part of his stint. He's now going to the double stop. So he's still up in 16th. Latifi's got a pit. Ricardo and Albon will be going to the... well, potentially going to the end. I'm not sure they'll make it, to be honest. Still a long way to go in this race, but a safety car has added to the drama of Azerbaijan. As can we get past Magnussen here? Not quite. Into the castle section we go. So let's drop back down to neutral on this one, as Nico has just about caught up to the pack now, and little old Albon at the back, really, really struggling as Hulkenberg overtakes Ocon. Lovely, lovely stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll come through this section and get on the ERS again, get that deployed as much as we can, and see if we can make a move on Magnussen. Not quite. Drop down to neutral. Tyres are overheating a bit, so let's drop that down to aggressive. And Vettel's trying to make a move around the outside of Magnussen. Can't quite make it stick at the moment, though. As he's going to go around the outside again, and then we're going to deploy all of our remaining ERS that we have. And there's no DRS at the moment, is there? So that's a little bit tough for Seb there. He would have easily got him if the ERS or the DRS was open, but it wasn't to be. So I think we can just manage this a little bit. We'll manage the tyres a little bit more. Although look at that, he's got so much tyre wear to use up on this stint that I think we can push that on a little bit now. Right, so the field is sort of split out a little bit again. Let's just go back to interval. A few cars all in DRS range. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm hoping that the two-stop of Hulkenberg isn't going to mess his strategy up. We can review it when he's coming in for his... he's going to have to do a two-stop because we've gone soft to medium, so he's not going to drag those mediums out, is he, Dave? That would be absolutely foolish. So yeah, 16 laps gone. A safety car has caused a little bit of a hoo-ha, but the race is back underway. Okay, loads of people are currently pitting, and it's jumped us up to 6. So this is now the place that Seb has to basically give it the beans, because we're going to be pitting soon and we need to make sure all this is happening properly. There's actually a couple of laps until our pit stop. I'm wondering if we come in, we're going to push here, we're going to deploy absolutely everything, and I think we're going to come in to try and close off that undercut. If we quickly just pause, I know that's unrealistic, but it's part of a game. Yeah, look how much he's managed those tyres. That is incredible. If we edit this and say hards are going to come on... Oh, wrong one. If we say this and hards are going to come on there, he can still get to the end. Okay, yes, that's what we're going to do. Right, so we'll update that strategy back to the race view. You're going to come in, pit options. You're going to go onto those hards. You're going to pit this lap. And we're going to hope that Seb flies like the absolute wind here, pushing absolutely everything so that we can maximise this. We've got some clean air in front of us. These guys are all pitting. Can we get the technically an overcut, right, as we push hard on this lap and see what we can do? I mean, we've really pushed hard enough to catch up to Russell in this queue in front, so I'm hoping we can make something work. And where were we? Who are we chasing? We were chasing, well, Schumacher, but we overtook him, so, or Magnussen in fact. Oh, who's down there? So this will be interesting. So Seb's going to finish this lap. He's been pushing really, really hard. He's depleted his battery. And then, so just as he comes into the pits, we're now going to just tell him to harvest while he's in the pits, which should give him a little bit of extra charge. As here he comes then into the pits. Let's see how this pit stop goes. We need a good stop here, team. We need a good stop. So Schumacher is also coming into the pits. Now you've got to remember, we are doing a one-stopper with Seb. We didn't pit under the safety car to try and make this strategy work. It's a 2.7 stop. It's 20-something. It's going to be 30-ish seconds. Ricciardo takes us, but I don't think Ricciardo... So Ricciardo pitted for the hards. Hamilton is coming along, but we're out in front of Hamilton. I think that has worked. I think we've made that work. So get back into neutral ERS. We'll keep pushing for a little bit on aggressive. And the fuel we'll have to push for a little bit longer. If we look at tyres... So Hulkenberg is ahead. So Tsunoda, Russell, Bottas, Sainz, Leclerc and Verstappen are all going to pit again. I think the front three are probably far and away out of our range. But also, who's behind us that's going to... Yeah, so all of these could potentially make it a one-stopper as well. It's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be a very interesting race. We'll have to manage our tyres. Listen to see if Seb says they're overheating or anything. But at the moment, we're in a pretty... good position. How's it looking for Hulkenberg though? He's up in 8th now, with a big gap between him and Ricciardo. Lots of fuel to burn. He's managing his DRS, so we need to sort of push and keep an eye on when these guys are pitting, because that's when Hulkenberg sort of needs to come in as well. Again, we've been in this position in Monaco and in Barcelona, where it looked like we're having really good races and then both drivers crashed. So we really need to keep an eye on this and see if we can make this work. So the tyres are getting a little bit warm for Seb already. So we'll take that as a warning and just ease off them ever so slightly. I think Hamilton will eventually get past us, as will Perez, but it's all about trying to keep in line for when these guys have their second stop. Right, so Verstappen is in. Verstappen's in the pits. Danny Ricciardo is right there in front of us. Hamilton is right behind us, but Verstappen is in. I'm going to assume he's going to be pitting onto the hard tyre. He's out of the pits and he has gone onto the hard tyre, so that's going to see him through to the end. These guys could be in trouble up here. They really, really could. I'm wondering, as soon as they pit, do we bring Nico on, or do we try and get Nico all the way through this race on that two-stop like we were saying? Do we play his own strategy? We'll have to figure that out. I mean, we could do a bit of analysis here, actually. Let's go and have a look. So Nico's currently 9th, 78%. These guys are going to come in. We need the gap. So, what's lap history, Nico? Yeah, he's setting good times. He's setting faster times at the moment. So I think we're doing a good job. And yeah. I think we keep to it. I think we stick with it. We trust the strategy. At the moment, we'll see what happens when these guys come into pits. We're going to have a bit of time to make a decision. So, as for some reason, we're still looking We're still looking at Verstappen there. Vettel has dropped down to 12th, but I think we will gain positions when other people pit. So at the moment, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how this is going. And here we go then. Loads of other people have just pitted, and I think they're just there in front of us. They are. Look, 92, 92. So Hulkenberg is still out on 76, so he'll be coming in. Sonoda's in the pit. So Vettel, who looks like he's just about to overtake Daniel Ricciardo, into 10th. Hopefully, if he gets this move done. He is going to get that move done. He's going to have DRS into this next straight as well, which is absolutely awesome. So Vettel's in the points, and Hulkenberg's obviously going to drop out. So at the moment, Vettel's basically a net 9th, which is pretty decent. Pretty decent. Hulkenberg just tried to make a move on Ocon and didn't make it stick. But again, both drivers having good races here. I'm happy with how it's going. Right, well, I don't want to shock anyone, but Nico Hulkenberg's currently in 3rd. I know he's got a pit again, but he's overtaken Ocon and has got into 3rd. Nico Hulkenberg, I know he's on a 2-stopper and I shouldn't get too excited, but Nico Hulkenberg's in 3rd in an Aston Martin. This is absolutely incredible. Vettel's put a really good gap between him and Ricciardo now, which I'm really happy about. We're sort of managing his tyres as we go, just to make sure that he can make it to the end on those tyres, and the fuel's looking good. Nico's fuel is looking absolutely superb. We're getting him to push Nico quite hard because he needs to basically have as much time between him and when he comes into his pit, right? So it was, what was it, like 30 seconds-ish for a pit stop? So 1, 5, or 1, yeah, 1, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 15, 17. He's still going to come out down here somewhere, but he's raced really well. I can't really complain about Seb's race so far. He's done a really, really good job in how he's been managing this. The concern is that as soon as his lap times start dropping off, that's when we need... I mean, look at that lap. As soon as his lap times start dropping off, that's when we need to get him into pit for those fresh tyres, because that's going to make the difference about when he can come out. But at the moment, it's been a pretty good race for Aston Martin. It's been working pretty well. Seb's actually closed the gap on Lewis Hamilton as well. So all in all, I'm very happy with how this race is going. It is quite interesting now. With Hulkenberg in 3rd, he is causing such a traffic jam behind him that Verstappen and Leclerc are just totally pulling away. And yeah, they're having a field day. So we've entered the pit window now for Nico. So let's have a quick check. Yeah, he's got a bit of time until he's going to come in. Again, managing the tyres has been much better in Baku than anywhere else. Let's have a quick look at his lap. So 149, but again, he's keeping it pretty standard. I don't think he needs to come in just yet. I think, is there a potential to put a pair of softs on at the end here? I think there could be. The way we're managing these tyres, I think we could be. I think we could be on for ending on softs and getting on the quicker tyre. If we pit sooner, now let's drag them out. Yeah, I think we stay out for another lap because he's not losing lap time, and I think we're going to go soft, medium, softs in this lap for Nico and see how that works. It should get us on a faster tyre, right? So it should put us in a good position. We'll just have to manage it and make sure we manage it well. Right, we've had another crash. Perez has overtaken Hulkenberg, but we've had another crash, and it is another safety car.
Safety car.
We're going to ignore, and then pause.
No DRS.
Who has crashed? Is it someone ahead of us? That's the question, right? Is it someone ahead of us? Verstappen, Leclerc, they're still going. Perez. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hulkenberg is there. Russell's right behind him. Ocon, Sainz, Hamilton, Bottas, Vettel still going. Alonso. Who's crashed? Who has crashed? Is it Norris? It looks like it could be Norris. Looks like it could be Lando Norris back there. Right. Oh, this is a right spanner in the works. Oh, because Vettel can easily get to the end, but everyone's going to go onto softer tyres, aren't they? We might. Oh, the thing is, the safety car's going to bunch everyone up. Right, we've got a bit of time to see what the lead driver's going to do. Yeah, Norris is out and just sort of stranded on the track. So 2 retirements in this one. Doesn't really affect us getting places. Sort of feel like this is the prime opportunity to bring Nico in, but...
Rears are hot.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we can actually do all of this, can't we? Because it's a safety car, so Need to remember to do all of that. Conserve, conserve. I just want to see, looking at this map,
Yeah, take it easy.
I mean, they've got so much life left in their tyres. I mean, Nico should really take this opportunity to come in. He really should, shouldn't he? Because there's... Yeah, Nico should definitely take this opportunity to come in. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Right, strategy, Nico. I don't think the softs... I think we go back to what we were planning, because I don't think the softs are going to make it all that way. I think we go mediums. We push the mediums hard. And we come in on this lap. Yeah, I think that is what we go for there. So Nico will be pitting under safety car. And he'll be going on to the new set of mediums. Now, Seb. Seb. What do we do with a driver like Sebastian Vettel?
Box.
So, Leclerc is staying out, as is Verstappen, although he did a little weird move there. So Vettel has 75% tires. I think we keep Vettel out. I think Vettel has to stay out. I don't think, if these guys aren't pitting, and we know Vettel can get to the end of the race on these tyres, I think we keep Vettel out and hope that some other people pit, and we keep the track position. I think it's too much of a risk to come in with Seb. So we know that Nico is going to come into the pits. So I think it makes sense to bring Nico in. I'm going to suggest that everyone else is going to stay out because they're on the hards. So I'm hoping that this gap that Nico has to the other team, to the other drivers, is going to be okay in this pit stop, because they can't go quickly under the safety car. But this is where it needs to be such a good stop. Nico is the only person pitting. Oh, come on. Come on, be a good stop. Please be a good stop. Let's get Nico out there straight away. 2.7 is pretty decent. It's going to be pretty close. There's Alonso. Oh, come on, Nico. Stay in the points. Stay in the points. Stay in the points. Pull across. Yes, Nico. Come on. Lovely stuff. Right, Nico is in and out intent on fresh tyres that we know he can now push to the end, which is absolutely awesome. Right, now we need just to be ready and raring to go as soon as that safety car's in. So at the moment, it's Vettel in 9th and Hulkenberg in 10th. Both of them doing well. And Hulkenberg is going to be in the position to push past Vettel, which is controversial, but in a... Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. 31 laps, 20 laps to go. 20 laps to go. And Vettel's tyres are similar to Alonso. It's just all going to be about car paces, and there's no one in sort of front of this group. I mean, Sainz and Hamilton and Bottas should all get Ocon, so Ocon might get pulled in. The safety car does mean that there's not going to be any chance of the leaders sort of lapping many of us in this pack. So, yeah, interesting. Let's just have, how far away is... Right, so let's speed this up just to get... Because Hulkenberg and that lot will catch the safety car. Is the safety car going to come in on this lap? No, it's not. Okay, it's staying out for another lap. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Schumacher has caught up. Latifi looks like he's going to catch up as well. Albon is being... I'm starting to go off the idea of signing Alexander Albon. Right.
And obviously no overtaking.
Safety car is coming in. So let's go on board with Charles Leclerc to see when he's holding everyone up. Nice and slowly, as you can see. And we just need to get ready for this to start racing and go as hard as we can, as quick as we can for a short time with Seb on these tyres. But look at Leclerc trying. He's going to try and desperately to get a good getaway. Just as he goes round this corner is when he should. Right, let's just get ready.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Let's get ready to go. I think we actually just say do it now, because it's going to go, innit? It's going to go and I'm not going to be ready.
Make sure you get a good restart.
So there we go. Everyone have a good restart. Let's get on board with Nico Hulkenberg on his fresh tyres and see what he can do. Seb is pushing on the hards, which I said I wouldn't do, but I think from the restart you have to go aggressive. You have to go aggressive. And the key is basically trying to stay in a DRS train with the cars in front of you. So we're on board with Nico, looking at Seb in this huge train of cars. Just under 20 laps to go. This is so tense. I love this game. I absolutely love this game. It is incredible. Right, Nico, come on. You're dropping off here, mate. You need to get closer to Seb. You need to get closer to Seb. And I feel like not giving them any team instructions. Let them fight. I know it was it backfired in, where was it? Italy, I think, when they hit each other. Hulkenberg dropped out and then Seb came back in and nearly got the points. But yeah, I mean, this is huge, right? Because both Hasses are behind us at the moment. If we can score points here, we've got potential to jump them in the Constructors' Championship. And at the moment, no one is really making any moves of note because it's such a congested track and a congested element here. I think we'll go to the 3D. The 3D view? They're all 3D, Dave. We'll go to the tele camera and see if we can do. So tyres are overheating, so yeah, we're going to have to get Seb to cool those down already. Oh, and Nico as well, which is not what we want. We're going to push down the straight, though. I think we're going to push down that start-finish straight. As he's making a move, we're making a move on the Aston Martin, on Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, we are Aston Martin. And has Vettel got it done? He has got it done. So Vettel climbs a spot above Valtteri Bottas, and Nico Hulkenberg's also now eyeing him up for a move as well down this start-finish straight. And I think if we do everything we can to get past him, I think he might be able to do it. And he's gone out to the left-hand side, coming down the start-finish straight. Nico Hulkenberg, can he get the Aston Martins into 8th and 9th? Go on, make it stick. He didn't quite have enough to make it stick. I don't want those tyres overheating just yet. But can he get round him here? Loads of battles up front as well, as Ocon is in such a good position. And Hulkenberg does get past Bottas. Come on. We're in a great position in this race now. And we've got a little bit of tyre wear to play with on both cars. We've got fuel. We've got the ability to make this work. Drop these down into neutral to keep these positions. Oh, this is such a good race so far. Such a good race for Aston Martin. Come on, boys. We've had another crash on track. Another crash with a virtual safety car. Again. Oh my word, the incidents in this race have been absolutely incredible. Was it someone in front of us? That's the key, right? That's what you always want to know. Are we going to gain a spot here? So Perez is out, Russell's there, Ocon's still in, Sainz is there, Hamilton is still going. Then you've got the two Aston Martins, Bottas, Alonso, Magnussen, Gasly. I would take one of the Hasses being out as well, to be honest. It doesn't look like anything drastic, so we may have to catch the replay here. Although Leclerc's going slow. Leclerc is out. Leclerc is out of the race. He's crashed on turn 7. He might not be out, but he's definitely going very, very slow. And he's gone round the corner. Oh, he's lost the back end. And he's going to keep that going. Is he going to come in for the pits? I mean, he's going very, very slowly after that. How much is he going to drop down? Yeah, look, he's really struggling. He's trying to get back into shape. And that's going to pull him in range of us, and his softs have completely gone. He has completely lost his softs. He is going very, very slow. And under the virtual safety car, again, we can just get these tyres and our ERS charging as much as we can. And look at Charles Leclerc. He is really struggling in this race now. Surely he's got to come into pit. He's causing a bit of havoc with other drivers on the track. But Leclerc is dropping to last place after his incident there. And now we need to we just need to keep an eye on, it's a virtual safety car, isn't it? So Vettel 69% tyres. These incidents are going to help really help him make these tyres last to the end. Oh my god, what a race. What a race. Right, we just need to be very, very careful of when the VSC is going to end. So we'll just fast forward this a bit. We'll be back as it comes in and comes to an end. Right, it's ending soon. We are going to push straight away so that as soon as it ends, we are ready to go. We haven't quite... I'm just wondering, can we leave this on harvest for a little bit... Does it say it's going to end soon and then says it's about to end, or does it just go end soon and then end? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're going to play a little bit conservatively and we're going to leave it... So race control, virtual safety car ending soon. We're still... Alright, so it says ending up there. VSC ending. I think this is where we just go hell for leather and see what we can do. Deploy, push, 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 push. Everybody push.
Pushing now.
So it's ending. We're looking at Vettel, who's got Hamilton in his sights. Hulkenberg is there. Safety car is ended. Normal race conditions resume. And, well, Hulkenberg is coming under pressure from Valtteri Bottas. But we've got lots of fuel to play with. We have tyres to play with. Not many laps to go. Loads of incidents in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Can we make this stick in these positions? 7th and 8th at the moment for Aston Martin. As, oh, God, what a race. What a race. Okay, so just as we're watching this go round on the mini-map, Hulkenberg has lost time to Vettel and Bottas has caught him up a little bit. I'm wondering, do we get him to try and just go full send for a little while, Hulkenberg, to try and put that gap in between him? I know the ERS is out, but you're going to need to deploy it as soon as you get over that start-finish straight. And he has, but Bottas is still right there on Nico. We haven't got any warnings about tyres overheating yet, so I'm pretty confident about the tyres. We've dropped Vettel down to aggressive rather than full push. So we'll have to see how this goes. Right, DRS has been enabled, which is going to put Nico Hulkenberg in a world of bother. But what Nico is doing accidentally is holding Bottas up from attacking Vettel, which is absolutely huge. So, and he's kept that spot as well, which is awesome. He did deploy the battery. And just get through. So at the moment, Nico's just about holding on to 8th and Vettel is holding on to 7th. Yeah, he's out of touch with Hamilton a little bit, but God, this is tense. So Bottas has got Hulkenberg coming down the second DRS zone. Just it's got a bit more pace than him, and I don't mind it. Nico's done a really good job of holding him up and stopping him attacking Vettel. So a really good performance from both drivers so far. I've said that quite a few times, but we are doing very, very well in this race. We've got a 4-second gap to Alonso or Magnussen now. They're fighting with each other, and Vettel's still got this gap. So I think we're just going to be a little bit sensible on Nico's tyres. We've dropped Seb's down a little bit just to make sure that he can keep going. But the thing is, Hulkenberg is battling with Bottas, and he's got him again in the DRS zone. I'm more than happy for that battle to carry on through the rest of this race. Lovely stuff. So the battle between Hulkenberg and Bottas has gone in Bottas's favour. Yeah, he's now got over a second gap to Nico. I'm just looking at Nico's tyres. We probably could go a little bit aggressive if we wanted to. You can get a better view in here, right? Yeah, he's got a little bit of tyre wear to play with. So I think we will just have a couple of laps on full aggression from Nico on everything and see if he can pull this into within a second. That's the main thing. But Vettel and Hulkenberg, great driving so far. Not long to go either, 4 laps. And you know what? I think I'm going to say I'm happy with what I've got. We're going to drop our tyres down a little bit with Seb as well. With 3 laps to go, Bottas is 1.7 seconds away, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hulkenberg has got a 3-second gap to Magnussen, so I think we're in a pretty good position here. Okay, Bottas has just massively closed the gap, so we're going to go back to aggressive there. We're going to deploy some battery and hope... Oh, he's got him. He's just overtaken him. Bollocks. We're going to try and get that position back, because Vettel can fight. Vettel can definitely fight in this one. As they come around the corner, it's DRS again. He got in that DRS zone, and he's so powerful when you're in that. But hopefully, Seb can get this back. 2 laps to go. Right, we're going to focus on Seb here, because I think Hulkenberg's got 8th position sort of tied up. He is down to 37% tyre wear, so no, that'll see him through. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Right, so Vettel is in DRS range. Let's get that back into neutral and charge some of it up a little bit more than normal. We just need to... Yeah, he's not going to get DRS here though, is he? Bottas could pull away here. Bottas could really try. Right, Seb, do I go attack? I know it's dangerous on the last lap. I don't. I'm not going to. We're in a good double points paying position here. Really no need to press too much. We could let Bottas just go into the distance.
2 more laps.
Oh, it's so tempting to try and push and get that place back, but I feel like we should just stick with what we've got and be a little bit maybe cowardly and stick with 7th and 8th. The key is how close is Magnussen to Hulkenberg. He is quite far away, so I think we just fast forward a little bit till the last lap and hope that we keep this on. So Magnussen is slowly gaining on Hulkenberg, but I think there should be enough about it to get us through to the final lap, which is starting right now. We'll jump on board with Nico, who you can see Seb miles in the distance. Nico's got 1.9 seconds ahead. 33% battery, pushing on fuel. ERS is, well, he's there just to be, I'd say any ERS you claim now, let's just deploy it because there's no point in keeping any on. 33% tyre wear there, 33% on the mediums. I don't think Magnussen is really going to catch. I think we're going to get a double points race here in 7th and 8th. Hopefully, let's not jinx anything just yet, Dave. Oh my god, this is incredible. What a race in Baku. What a race. We've done a one-stopper with Seb and a two-stopper with Nico. The safety cars have really helped Nico out, and he's driven so well in this race. He has driven so well in this race. As for the final time, we're going to be turning around this sharp left-hander. We're going to be coming down to the right-hander in towards the castle section. Just want to make sure Nico doesn't. That's a corner where a lot of people can potentially mess up. As Vettel comes down, it's a shame we can't have like 2 screens where you could see what both drivers are doing. I guess that would probably be, again, a little bit nauseous inducing in that sense, because it would be a bit dangerous. So the ERS battery is empty for Hulkenberg. That's not a problem. He'll probably get a little bit of charge as he goes round the corner through the castle section. Vettel, who has driven super, does leave me a comment. Does this give Vettel a new contract? Hulkenberg, I'm not sure about. I'd like to get our reserve driver, Vesti, into the seat, I think, next year, and have a young driver with a more experienced driver in Vettel as we come round the last really tough corner on this circuit for the final time as Verstappen wins the Baku Grand Prix. I mean, Charles Leclerc got back up to 14th, which is impressive after his incident on race with a few laps to go. Nico, don't worry about those tyres, mate. Just put it down into standard. Magnussen is not going to catch you. As Sebastian Vettel is racing towards the line for a 7th place finish for Aston Martin, which is absolutely incredible. And Seb takes home 7th place in Azerbaijan. What a race. What a Grand Prix. Superb. And Nico Hulkenberg, give him his dues, an 8th place finish. It's a double points finish for Aston Martin. 7th and 8th. The board are going to bloody love that. What a performance from both drivers. Absolutely incredible. Points are on the board. Haas did get, 2 points for Magnussen. Schumacher doesn't get anything. I think we jump Haas in the Constructors. Norris is out. Zhou is out. Ferrari have taken a big hit on their Constructors lead because Leclerc's only going to get 14th, and it's a 1-2 for Red Bull. What a race. What a performance from the Aston Martin team. Come on! Come on! Lovely stuff. If I had my cam on for this, you would see me absolutely elated. What a race. Baldy's delighted. Look at him. He absolutely loves it in the garage. Seb's like, get this out of my way. I'm going to go celebrate. What a race. 7th and 8th for Aston Martin. Superb. Absolute 10 points go on the board for Aston Martin. Come on. Into the drivers. Seb up to 13th. Nico up to 14th. Lance Stroll is at the bottom. But there you go. Yes. Points on the board. And in the Constructors, we climb to 8th. We are 3 points ahead of Haas. We're only 2 points off McLaren. 9 points off AlphaTauri. What a performance. Come on. Seb gets 466. Nico gets 550. And Vesti gets 865, which is lovely for his performance growth. Does that earn Seb another contract? Does he get another year contract on that one? I don't know. But look at this. Loads of money coming in. We got through that. We didn't reach Q2 with both drivers. But the performance, yes. Come on. More money in as well. Oh my God, we had to pay bonuses. Nico got 250 grand for finishing 13th or higher. And Seb got 1.4 million for finishing 10th or higher. Wow, if we didn't have those bonuses in, we would have earned significantly more money. Anyway, I'm not fussed about that. It's about points on the board. Come on. Come on, Aston Martin. And not only that, we've manufactured some new suspension as well. Absolutely excellent. Let's see what the board make of the bat. The board watched the race, congratulate on exceeding our expectations brilliantly. It was a fantastic race and strong credit to you as team principal. Our confidence in you as a leader has grown quite a bit. Lovely. Right, suspension is manufactured. Post-race was lovely. Special Martin to Aston Martin, who are meeting everyone's expectations, currently placing in P8 on the Constructors' Championships with 10 points. Yes, absolutely love that. What a performance. Come on, right. We have manufacturing complete of our underfloor. We have the facility upgrade complete for the factory coming up. And then we have the Canadian Grand Prix, which is one of my favourite tracks. So I'm hoping we can score pretty well there. I'll catch you in that one pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching. See you in a bit. Cheers. Come on, Aston Martin. Points on the board.